and welcome to this special edition of Talk Time. My guest today is Mr. Zoramthanga, veteran political leader of Mizoram, former Chief Minister, President of the Mizo National Front, one of the main political parties in the state, and is all set to lead his party to yet another elections. Mr. Zoramthanga, welcome to Talk Time.
Thank you.
You had been Chief Minister on 2 occasions.
Right.
Now this is a very, very critical elections. The Congress, which has been ruling Mizoram for many years now, it is seeking re-election. And you are heading the main rival, the main political party that is the main challenger to the Congress party. How are you poised? How do you see your chances?
Well, I believe we have a very good chance of winning the election. Number one is that the Congress, as we all know, is a center-led party. In the central government, Congress is crumbling like anything. And in all the 29 states, only Punjab is left. And here the next is Mizoram. And so when the Congress party is rejected in the center and in almost all the states, and here in Mizoram, their performance is terrible. Therefore, people will not elect them again for the second time.
Now, is it the negative votes that you are banking on? What are the issues that you are telling the people of Mizoram that you are going to provide if elected to power?
You are asking me what are your chances of coming successful in the next election. In any election, negative vote constitutes 60 to 70%. Therefore, anti-incumbency, if at all there, is the main factor in every election.
So when you
and in addition to that, we have a program which we are trying to sell it to the people, which I'll come to that. I am speaking about the negative factor of the Congress, which certainly will come in favor of the positive factor of the MNF. That is why I started with the negative factor, which is facing them all along. When we know that our opponents are very weak, and then it gives a strength. That is why I dwell on this.
Absolutely. Now, my point is, what are the things acting against the Congress in your own assessment? Because the Congress, Mr. Lal Thanhawla has been the Chief Minister 5 times. My question is, people have been electing and re-electing the Congress. Now, what has gone wrong as someone who knows Mizoram like the back of your hand? Now, what are the main things that have gone wrong for the Congress?
Well, it is a center-led party.
Center-led party?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Delhi, the kerosene is there. And here in the states, party like the Congress, here in the state, they are only the pitas. Therefore, once the kerosene is no more there in the center, then here the pita will simply dwindle down and dry up. It is like that. It happens in the time of Janata also. When Janata formed the government in the center, it thrives and blooms here, but the moment when it starts to dwindle down, it collapses here again, and nobody knows Janata party here in Mizoram. Same thing is with the Congress. Then in the center, it crumbled down. When the main tree fell down with roots upside down, how can the branches and the leaves here live long? That is one point. And then on the other point, here in Mizoram, their performance is so terrible. Development is on Suti, I should say. Development is almost standstill as far as the peoples are concerned. Of course, there is some few infrastructural development.
Right. Now, what will be the MNF's main slogan in this election? Because do you see this election slightly differently than before?
Certainly, it is much different.
Yeah.
Because previously, the Congress does not crumble down in the center. And that demoralized the Congress here in Mizoram. And second point is that here, their performance during the last 10 years is terrible.
Terrible. Now, therefore, your slogan will be bring about a change. Do you think the people have got a sense of this? Are the people, flocking to the MNF? Are the people changing sides? What is your assessment from the ground?
Number one is that it directly affects the people. Number one, road is too bad. Here, as the joke says that all the roads in Mizoram are in the ICU.
Okay.
That is the joke. And it is there previously. People coming from Manipur entering the northern part of Mizoram, they say that Manipur side is too bad. When we enter Mizoram, road is much better. And same thing from Burma also. When they come, Burma side road is too bad. When we enter Mizoram, road is good and we are happy. That is the way how they used to say previously. But now, things have turned the other way round. And people coming from Manipur said, when I asked about the road condition, Manipur side is much better.
Yeah.
Mizoram side is too bad.
Now,
Same thing with Burma.
Right.
They made a joke that
The reverse is now happening.
is there.
Now, Mr. Zoramthanga, that means when you say that the MNF, when you say that your party, you are confident of winning the polls this time, that also means that regionalism is absolutely relevant even today.
No, I have not finished my point yet.
Okay.
That is the road condition. People suffer when the road is too bad. Everybody, the rich and the poor, the high class and the low class, all suffer. And people are really fed up with the roads. Number one. Number two, development does not reach the household of the people. And they are distributing new land use policy by 10,000, 20,000 and so on. But today they are giving the chickens, chicks, small chicks, and young piglets also. But after
So these are some of the schemes of the state government.
Yeah.
Land use policy, you are very critical of the land use policy.
No, let me finish. But after 1 year also, they gave them the feeds. By then, all the chicks have died, and the young piglets have died. They have not given the feed. The feed for 1 year.
Yeah, so
like
the
that.
moral of the story, to cut it short, Mr. Zoramthanga, is that their policies are flawed. That's what that is your main charge. Flawed policies.
And then the other point is they are selling the liquor. And then they are lifting the prohibition. Mind you, among the few policemen, more than 500 policemen have died because of the liquor. Because in the battalion headquarters it is sold openly. And then none of them died because of the enemy.
But these are very serious allegations
Very
that you have
serious
leveled. You have leveled serious allegations.
Yeah. Second thing, that is among the policemen. And then among the people, between 6,000 to 7,000 people have died, according to the record, because of the liquor. Surely because of the liquor. And if it has been a pesticide or a plague killing 5,000 people here in Mizoram, it would be a catastrophe.
Now, when you say that you are, because of all the reasons that you have cited, because you said that the Congress has flawed policy, that is your main contention. Now, my question is, Mr. Zoramthanga, regionalism, that means, is still relevant. People are flocking to your party. That's what some of the leaders have also joined. Yesterday, a leading football club owner has joined your party. Congress has expelled its number 2 man in Mizoram, the former Home Minister, Mr. Lal Thanhawla. When is he joining your party?
Well, we'll have to work out together because it is only yesterday now. He is going to his previous constituency.
Yeah.
Therefore, as I have said, I have not finished my first point. Because of this, the whole church is against the Congress. When the whole church is against the Congress, there is no chance of survival. Because of the liquor.
Whole church is against the Congress.
Exactly. No church will advocate this
that means you are saying
that the prohibition.
All denominations
are
against the Congress party.
This lifting of the prohibition, selling of the liquor. Therefore, there is no chance that any party which is opposed by all the churches have a chance to come out successful. And I think what you said is that regionalism. Certainly it is there. This central party, as I have said, this central party like the BJP, the Congress, etc. survive only because up there the tree is there. But now Congress tree is uprooted and therefore here they have no chance. They are totally demoralized and so they will not last long. Therefore, they have no chance of coming out successful.
Absolutely.
Regionalism, it is an in-depth growth here inside the mindset of all the young people and even the old people. Because Mizoram is one of the most isolated economically, politically, and regionally also. Therefore, that regionalism spirit is grown here deep down in the mindset of the people.
Absolutely. The points which Mr. Zoramthanga, the president of the MNF, has made so far is that the Congress's policy has been flawed. The people are likely to reject the party. MNF is coming back and he's saying that regionalism is deeply ingrained among the people. Therefore, his party stands a very good chance of coming back to power. This is the claim made by Mr. Zoramthanga. We go for a short break. Stay on. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I am in conversation with former Chief Minister and President of the Mizo National Front, Mr. Zoramthanga. Mr. Zoramthanga, several important people have come and joined your party. One is Mr. Robert of the Aizawl FC. He is a well-known personality. Aizawl FC is doing so well in the I-League. People know Aizawl FC. So the Aizawl FC main person coming and joining MNF, one. Two, the Congress party, the ruling Congress, has expelled its number 2 person, the Vice President and former Home Minister, Mr. Lal Thanhawla. My question to you, first question, when is Mr. Lal Thanhawla joining the MNF?
Mr. Lal Thanhawla has been expelled only yesterday. Now he has gone to his constituency. We have no time to contact each other. So we believe that we are sure that he is going to join the MNF. We have had a lot of talks with him before. It's only a question of time. He's only 1 day old. That is the time joining the MNF. We are hopeful within a very short time.
No.
He will join the MNF.
Yeah. So you at the MNF is ready to welcome Mr. Lal Thanhawla and take his expertise and experience in the party.
Right. We welcome him. And previously we had a lot of talks together with him.
So that means what you were essentially saying, Mr. Zoramthanga, is this, that Mr. Lal Thanhawla was having talks with the MNF from quite some time. That means for an observer like me, I have to understand that he was disgruntled, unhappy with what's going on in his own party. Otherwise, why will he come and have talks with a rival party?
It has become an open talk of the people of Mizoram that the difference between Mr. Lal Thanhawla and Mr. Lal Thanhawla has been going on for quite a long time. And we invited him, if you're disgruntled and if you're not satisfied with Lal Thanhawla's performance, especially in giving district to his own constituency. There was an open conflict between them. Therefore, we invited him. Since if we come to power, we're going to make it function the district headquarters there in your constituency, which is the main issue. So why don't you join us? We asked him to join us all along.
Ultimately, this was the point that the Congress picked to expel him. They said, oh, you are hobnobbing with the MNF, you are in touch with the MNF, so we are expelling you. That is what the Congress is saying. So
Yeah.
what do you think? What is your response?
You know, what Mr. Lal Thanhawla said is that the aspiration of the people in my constituency is a district headquarters, which I have many times requested the Chief Minister, Mr. Lal Thanhawla, to make it functional. Because during my time, we have given a notification for the creation of a district, but they do, for the 10 years, they did not make it function. And they minimize and they making a laughing stock like that. Lal Thanhawla was very unhappy. It is the total aspiration of the people that the district should be functioning.
Now, what impact it is going to have on the Congress party as well as on the MNF? Because Mr. Lal Thanhawla was a very senior leader. He was forthright. He was the Vice President of the Congress. He was the Home Minister, virtually the number 2 man. Right. What impact, number one, is going to have on the Congress party, and what impact it is going to have on your party as and when he joins?
I'll give you 2 things among many. One is when Rio came out from Jamir and joined the other party, then Congress totally collapsed. Number 2 is Hemanta Biswa Sharma, when he resigned from his own party and joined the BJP, and then Congress totally collapsed. Everywhere you can set an example. Same thing here in Mizoram, an ailing Congress. And I should say that it's almost in the ICU when the number 2 went out and fight against the leader, then certainly there the Congress will collapse.
Now, does it indicate, are we to understand that there are more Congress leaders waiting to come and join your party? Are you in touch? Are they in touch with you already? If so, what is the number like?
Well, I believe there will be many Congress legislators, MLAs, who would like to join the MNF, provided we can give them a seat in their constituency. But that is a problem for us. We have to be a little selective.
Yes.
As it is in the case of Manipur also, as in the case of many things. Simply giving a seat to the Congress MLA in the same seat sometimes is a problem.
So, Mr. Zoramthanga, that means the MNF today, what I have understood, correct me if I am wrong, is that you are having a problem of plenty. You are having your own candidates,
right,
plus you have people from other parties,
right,
willing to join you. That's what you are saying.
And that is what I said.
Problem of plenty.
I should say that I believe, because I cannot say what other mindset is there.
Yeah.
I believe that if I tell the Congress MLAs that he will be standing there as an MLA candidate, if you join us, then we'll have a good number of Congress MLAs who will be joining us.
Yeah.
But we have already set our candidates. So we have to be a little selective in this matter, whether it coincides with our previous candidate as well as their own constituency.
But roughly, are you in a position to tell how many, 4, 5, 6, how many may ultimately contest under the Congress or any other party under the banner of MNF?
Well, I do not know. I do not know their mindset. One thing that I know is that in Manipur, where there are 60 MLAs, 31 Congress MLAs tried to join the BJP at the last time. But the BJP said that we don't need that much because we have our own candidates ready-made. So they select a few of them. Same thing may happen here. We do not know the mindset of every people. So what I believe is that if we can tell them that you can stand in our constituency with the MNF ticket, certainly a good number of them will join us.
I have read some interviews of Mr. Lal Thanhawla in the last 1 or 2 weeks. He has expressed absolute confidence in those interviews. He has said that we are all set to return to power because we have provided peace and tranquility. That is the word he used. He said that we'll come back because we are the party that succeeded in providing peace and tranquility in Mizoram. You had been a leader of the underground MNF yourself. Mr. Lal Thanhawla had also been an MNF leader in the past. What is your assessment? What do you think? Why do you think he is saying so confidently that he is coming back?
Well, when the peace accord was signed in 1986,
right,
it has become a time-tested peace and the most peaceful state in India.
That's right.
That was done between the Rajiv Gandhi government and my previous leader, Mr. Lal Thanhawla. Since then, for the last more than 30 years, there is a complete peace. People knows it. They cannot take that for their plus point. But what the people likes to know is that they want development. They want good roads. And they want this and that. They do not want Mizoram to be troubled by lifting of the prohibition and having their sons died every day. That is more important because peace and tranquility has been going on for 30 years.
Absolutely. Now, one issue which you have said in the last few days or few weeks is that the issue of illegal migration, infiltration. Now, you're saying that Mizoram is also having a serious problem of migrants, which nobody is looking into. That is one of your main complaints against the Congress party in the state.
Well, yeah, there is a possibility that there will be a lot of illegal immigrants from every side, from Bangladesh side. There are 160 million people there. Well, we are only 1 million people. From Burma side, there are 50 million people. From Silchar side, there are 1,000 million people. Yeah. And we are only 1 million people here. Therefore, we have to be very cautious. We have a lot of land.
Do you have a plan when you come back? If you come back to power, do you have a, what are you going to do? You already have the inner line permit system. What more can you do?
Well, with proper utilization of the inner line permit and checking points here and there, consciousness on the part of the people, and then a determination on the part of the government, all these things can be solved very easily because people in every village knows each other. Any newcomer can be easily
be identified. What about National Register of Citizens? Are you in favor of that? NRC like in Assam?
Yes, we are in favor of that. All the permanent residents of Mizoram should be identified. We like it very
And
much.
listed.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you are supporting the NRC.
Yeah. I'm supporting
Absolutely
that.
very, very clear-cut views there on migration, on inner line permit system, and on people from other parties coming and joining. And it's of course confirmed that a top Congress leader who has been expelled, Mr. Lal Thanhawla, is joining the MNF soon. On that note, we go for another short break. Stay on, we'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm still in conversation with former Chief Minister and Mizo National Front President, Mr. Zoramthanga. Mr. Zoramthanga, it's a very peculiar kind of a situation. MNF is the main political party, major political party in the state, main challenger to the Congress party. You are also a constituent unit of the Northeast Democratic Alliance, or NEDA, which has been floated by the BJP. Now, the BJP is also trying to make its mark in Mizoram. Now, is the MNF going to have some kind of an understanding? I'm not using the word alliance. Are you going to have some kind of an understanding with the BJP as a member of NEDA? What is your equations with the BJP?
Well, NDA or NEDA mainly concerns with the parliament scenario. Here in Mizoram, we are different political parties having a different ideology with the BJP and the MNF.
Yeah.
Therefore, they have freedom to contest as they will, and will contest on our own will. Therefore, we are going alone this time, not with any other party. As far as Mizoram
The MNF is contesting all the 40 seats on its own.
on our own, not with any other party. That is the dictate, the command of the High Command. Therefore, we are going to contest. We have declared that some 2-3 years ago. Therefore, this time we are going to fight alone. But there in the center, one has to be either in the UPA or in the NDA or any other third front if it is there.
Yeah.
But ours is that we have been with the NDA for so long a time, and they are good friends, and they do not interfere in our ideology or political performances. Therefore, they are our good friends. But that does not mean that we are going to have a fight. We are going to have an alliance together.
Now, the talk of the town, the rumors, is that, you may not be having an alliance before the elections, but the MNF is going to have an alliance with the BJP after the elections. That is the talk of the town. What do you think?
Well, I do not know. But whether the BJP will be able to bring the MLAs to be aligned with it. Now, they are having a problem of their own. And at the same time, there are other different political parties. It's up to them. So, post-election alliance, we have not discussed.
So, are you indirectly suggesting that let the BJP first win and then the question of alliance will come? Is it that what you were saying?
Yes, because here nobody knows. It's a lot of ifs. If they have 1, 2, 3 BJP MLAs, and still that is ifs. And if the MNF can form a government of their own, that is another ifs. And if the BJP do not have a single MLA, that is another ifs. There are a lot of supposition and a lot of ifs. There are hypothetical questions, and let it be answered when the time comes.
But Mr. Zoramthanga, you are a veteran political leader of not just Mizoram, you are a veteran political leader of the entire Northeast. My question is, but would you not admit that BJP is today a force to reckon with in the entire Northeast? It's not just Mizoram. Nagaland, you see, they have won 12 seats. They are in power in Manipur. They are in power in Arunachal Pradesh. They are in power in Assam. They are in power in Tripura. They are, fighting very hard in Sikkim. They're a very big player.
Well, BJP is our friend there in the center. But as far as the state is concerned, Mizoram is quite different. As far as the Mizos are concerned, we are more or less 10% Christian and a very compact society. Therefore, it's quite
I'm really sorry. If even Nagaland is almost 10% Christian.
But they have a different ethnic groups, and it's quite different.
True.
They are not compact.
It's not a homogeneous group.
Not homogeneous group. Mizoram is very compact. And I wonder whether the BJP will win or otherwise. I do not know. Therefore, those hypothetical questions are for the politicians. If it goes like that, they'll do this, not do like this. That's a little early to say.
But journalists love to ask hypothetical questions, especially on the eve of elections.
Well, then I give the hypothetical answer also.
You have given a hypothetical answer. Now, another question has come to my mind.
Yes.
We are running short of time. We have to end this interview, Mr. Zoramthanga. You know, you are the main regional party. Congress on the other side is the ruling party. You are contesting directly. There are two other political formations, regional political formations that have taken shape. I'm not talking whether they're weak, whether they're strong, whether they're new, whether they're old. That's a different issue. But there are two political movements, regional parties. Joram People's Movement and the other one which has just been Prism. Now, do you think that regional party votes are going to split at least to some level at least?
Yeah, certainly, because once they file the candidate, they'll have to get some votes, but not up to the election.
But don't you think the Congress is going to benefit out of this?
The Congress will benefit something, and we also benefit from some portion also.
But are you worried about these two political formations, regional party formations that have sprung up?
If they are not formed, that would be better for us. But even if they are formed, they are at the liberty, but it will not be much harm for us. Be detrimental for us, because people are here politically very educated, and they know that they'll not be able to form the government. So people don't go for these small parties. They have been tried for many times, and they're wise enough to let them not to waste their votes in a time like in a basket like this.
Now, I'm coming to the end. What about, I have to ask you this question, you know, you have been with the MNF when it was still underground. My question is, what happened to those entire MNF cadres who had laid down arms? Have they all been rehabilitated? Are you a happy man today?
Well, they are all rehabilitated as per the conditions and the framework of the rehabilitation agreement. We all have been rehabilitated. The return is roughly about 600 or so. Very few. And we have been rehabilitated. But that is not enough. Because in those days, in 1986, even 10,000 rupees is quite a lot of money. So we're given a little comparing with the present situation. But we still will have to continue rehabilitation of our boys.
So that will be a continuous
process.
Absolutely.
I am not relying on the central government, I'm relying on myself.
So in the end, Mr. Zoramthanga, is Mizoram going to see a change in these elections?
Well, by the grace of God, we are sure that he is going to see the change here.
Absolutely. Let's wait and watch for the results. Thank you very much for being on the program, Mr. Zoramthanga. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.